So I'm here still on Magnetic Island. I'm going to Horseshoe Bay, where I'm gonna hike from Horseshoe Bay down the beach to the west and go to Lover's Bay. Lover's Bay is pretty much only accessible by boat, but if you hike from the beach of Horseshoe Bay, you can kind of hike around a point, do some rock hopping and get there. I'm hoping to go there and get an image for sunset. It's looking a little grim today and they're calling for thunderstorms this evening, so I might get a little bit wet, which would be unfortunate, but it'll still be nice to go out and do a hike, and then maybe I'll be able to get some storm cloud images. Well, it's time to go do some photography. So this here is Horseshoe Bay. As you can see, the beach goes all the way around here, all the way back over there, and there's some small shops and restaurants a few kilometers back. But I took a side road and parked, I'm pretty sure it's a public parking spot, I'm not too sure, honestly. But I parked there, and then I'm gonna go hike around this point to the other side, and that's where Lover Bay is. So there is no set trail or anything, so I just have to hop on all those rocks to get over there. But I do like rock hopping, it is pretty fun. And the sky, I guess it's not looking too bad. I can't see on the other side of the mountains, so I don't know, because the sun will set that way to the west. But I can't see over there, so I don't know if there's a lot of clouds on the horizon. Hopefully I'll get super lucky, and right at sunset the sun will break through the clouds. But I'm still not sure, because it is looking very clear over here. I've already Google mapped a location that I want to shoot, so I just have to get there. And then I'll have to find a composition and take an image. But it is pretty nice today. Not too hot, not too humid. Nice sea breeze blowing. Good day for photography. So I actually really hope it doesn't rain today, because if it rains, I might have some trouble getting back on these rocks, because right now they're nice and dry, so they're easy to hop across, but if they're wet, it might be a bit of a challenge. Hiking back in the dark on wet rocks is not fun, but I've been through worse situations before. So my plans have completely changed. I decided not to go to Lover's Bay because I had a little bit of an incident. I stepped on a death adder. This island has a high population of death adders and they're very venomous. So if I was bit by it, I'm about still 2 Ks from my car, so I wouldn't have made it back. I did have service, so I probably could have called somebody and someone would have came on a boat and picked me up. But I had to use my tripod and ended up flipping it off the trail because it kind of trapped me on a rock. But I checked myself pretty good and no bites, and I'm still feeling all right, so that's good. So I'm just gonna make my way back to the car, and then hopefully I'll find a composition on my way back. It's not gonna get any sunlight in the scene because where it's at, the mountains behind me are gonna block all the sunlight. But still, even on the other side, I don't think I would have gotten any sunlight just because the clouds are so thick. Well, at least it's not raining. But yeah, let's keep going and maybe find a nice simple composition. So a lot of the photography I do, well, obviously landscape photography, but I like to go off trail hiking a lot. Like even right now, there's no trail, no other people, nothing, just me in the wilderness. So it makes little incidents like that I just had with the death adder all that more dangerous. So I really have to be vigilant where I'm stepping and where I'm walking. But yeah, it just adds to the excitement, I think. I like the danger because it makes it a bit more thrilling. But that was a bit terrifying there for a second. So I'm heading back to Horseshoe Bay, where hopefully I'll be able to find some sort of seascape composition for sunset. And the clouds to the east looks like there's good breaks in them. So hopefully the sunlight will light up the sky and we'll get nice colors in the sky tonight for sunset. Now it's starting to rain a little bit too, which isn't too good because it's going to make all these rocks nice and slippery. So I think I'm just going to make it back to the beach over there, find maybe a rock to hide under, because it doesn't look like the rain's going to stay. It looks like it's going to pass. So hopefully I'll wait it out and then still be able to get an image for sunset. So I'm pretty much just right back where I started this hike. So hiking out and back was kind of pointless, but it was still fun. It was a nice little adventure. So what I'm gonna do for the image, it doesn't look like the light's gonna happen, but I'll still set up and try and take a picture because it's nice and moody with the dark clouds. I'm gonna use the ocean and the beach as kind of a leading line into the point over there to the left. And we still have a half hour till sunset, so we might get some light in the sky, but I'm still not too sure. And it's mostly stopped raining. It's still raining a little bit, but it's not too bad. And it doesn't look like too much more rain's gonna come, so I don't think I'll get soaked. But all right, I'm gonna get everything set up and then wait for the sunlight, and I'll take a picture. So I'm starting to take an image. There isn't really much light happening, but that's all right. For my composition, I've got the beach kind of winding around from the right of the image to the left, taking you out to the point into the ocean. I've got a 10-stop filter on, shooting at f8 ISO 100. And with the filter, I'm using a shutter release because I need an exposure of about 4 minutes in order for it to be a proper exposure with the 10-stop filter. I'm not too happy with the image, but I think it might be all right. With the filter, it'll make it a little bit more, I don't know, more of a surreal image, I guess. It'll get a lot of motion in the clouds, a lot of motion in the ocean as well. So I actually ended up buying this app called Photo Pills. It's a pretty popular app with landscape photography, and it comes in a lot of handy. Like just now for my exposure, I can dial in what my f-stop is, what my shutter speed is, and what my ISO is, and it shows me the equivalent settings I need if I'm using a 10-stop filter. So it's quite convenient, and I don't have to do all the math, even though I can do the math quite simply. This just makes it a lot easier. So at 1/4 a second for the base exposure, f8, ISO 100, that gives me an equivalent of a 4-minute, 16-second shutter speed in order to get the right exposure. So it's been 4 minutes and 16 seconds. So now I'm going to stop the exposure and we'll see how the image looks. Not too bad, actually. No light in the clouds, really kind of just a very mellow image. But it's still kind of nice. Well, that's all for today's video. It was pretty good. Got a picture that was okay, I think. Nothing too spectacular, but it was all right. I had a good day of exploring, some rock hopping. Got lucky it didn't rain. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you later.